Hey everyone, myself Gathin. I'm Devrel at ZeroG. Here I'm just giving you a brief introduction on what ZeroG is and how you can leverage our bounty track of $15,000 during this hackathon. So first of all, welcome everyone. I'm glad to be here in front of you and good to see like a full room of audience today. So that being said, we'll quickly get started. So yeah, before I start, like how many of you have already heard ZeroG and already have built with ZeroG? Oh, that's a good number. Like for those who are new to it, I'll just give you a quick introduction, and if you have any questions, you can reach out to me later at the booth. We have our colleague as well. So yeah, feel free to reach out to us after this session as well. So what ZeroG is? So ZeroG is a layer one chain for on-chain AI. Just to give it very brief, we are a L1 EVM compatible blockchain for on-chain AI. That is, we have a complete stack with which you can bring AI on-chain. So that with that, we have like four different pillars. So one is the storage, we have the DA layer, we have the compute, and we have a service marketplace. So with which you can achieve from like model training to having like data sets stored on a zero-G storage, having them trained and also getting like verifiable inferencing for those AI models. And you could use the inferencing for any other dApps that you're building on top of us. So we are a completely modular stack, and I would love to go in deep for like each architecture that we have right now. So let me quickly start with the chain. So we are a EVM compatible blockchain, as I mentioned earlier. So any smart contracts that you have deployed with other chains, you could easily migrate and deploy to ZeroG by just providing our like chain details or the RPC endpoints. We are currently on our mainnet. We did our mainnet launch last September. So if you need any testnet token support, you can just reach out to us at the booth, or you could visit faucet.zerog.ai to get testnet tokens. That's on the chain. On top of that, we have like three core pillars. So first is the storage. So we have an inbuilt storage. You might ask, what does like a AI chain doing with having a storage on top of them? And why don't they use other storage providers that are already in the Web3 market? So we require a native storage into us because having AI models and getting verifiable inferencing from it takes up a better latency, and also storing like large scale models on like decentralized distributed storage takes up it's really expensive. So to just give you a quick example, our team recently did a research called as DiLocoX, with which we have uploaded a 100 billion plus parameter model on zero-G storage at office data bandwidth. So these are like a few details that can help you understand like why you need to have like an inbuilt storage. And on top of that, you could upload. It supports both structured and unstructured data sets as well. So you could upload data sets, models, assets, vectors, any file. You could just think of it as a decentralized drive storage as well. You could upload any data into it. All you need to do is like get the root hash, and with the root hash, you could also retrieve the files back from the storage. The next is the data availability layer. So the data availability layer acts like an off-chain storage or like a memory layer where you have like a provenance record of all the previous history, what happened in the blockchain. So I'll just dive deep about DA and storage in the upcoming slide, but just a quick brief. Moving on to compute. So this is like the cream on top of the cookie for ZeroG. So with that, you will be able to do like verifiable inferencing from AI models. So to give you an example, we have models like GLM5, we have like DeepSeek, GPT OSS, Quen. So these are a few models on top of ZeroG, and you will be able to get verifiable inferencing from it. So you might ask, like, what do you mean by verifiable inferencing? It means that the input that you give to the model and the processing of the output by the model happens in a TEE environment. That is like a trusted execution environment. So there is no like external interference when like the model processes the output. For example, you might still have a question like why it's required. For example, you're using a centralized provider. It's like complete black box. You aren't sure like what is happening behind it. What is the censorship resistance mechanism that is there behind it as well. So for example, if you are asking some product recommendation, and if suggests that this is the product X and this is like the best in the market, so you might not know whether the company X paid them a ton of money to promote it out, over like the model's actual trained data. So to avoid all that, there is a big transparency aspect required. And for that, that is where we solve it by having like a TE environment and having the data processed in that. On top of that, yeah, in the inferencing, and we also have like fine tuning live on mainnet. So with these existing models, you can fine tune them on chain based on your requirements. So that is live as well. And moving on top of that, we have this service marketplace. So this is just briefly live yet. In this, you will be able to register yourself as a provider. That is, you can like register your GPUs, you can contribute to the network, and anyone who wants to deploy their models can deploy on top of that, and you can get paid based on the contribution that you give. So it's just like a marketplace on top, which leverages the complete stack. So as I mentioned, like these are the 4 core components. Just to give you a brief example, as I mentioned, that the storage is much cheaper. Just to give you an example, AWS S3, it costs you like 100K per month for like the storage, but whereas ZeroG storage, it's gonna be like $5,000 per month. So this is like a quick comparison on what it takes to store at S3 compared to ZeroG storage, which we have approximated up to like 95% cost savings. So regarding the inference and training, as mentioned, we have the largest model that we have is GLM5, which is 744 billion parameter model. And as mentioned, we have like the trusted execution environment for the processing. And also like the output that you get from the model, like the model is in the TE and the processing happens. And when you get the output, just to give you a surety that it is verified, you also get like a ZKML proof that it was actually processed in a TE environment. So this is regarding the DA and chain. So the DA throughput is 50 Gbps, which is faster than all the other DA that is out there in the market. And our chain has achieved like 11K TPS, 11K transactions per second per shard. And also the block finality is 1 second, which we have also achieved right now. We haven't updated it yet. It's almost like 500 milliseconds per block time as well. So it's really instantaneous for like the transactions that you can make. So that it's like almost you interacting with a centralized provider. There will not be any like big latency for you to get output from these models as well. The one other core feature that we have is we have a standard called, our team invented a standard called as ERC 7857, which means it's called as INFTs, intelligent NFTs, or agentic IDs. What it does is, for all your AI agents that you build, this gives like an identity to it. So it's like an NFT bound to that agent. So what it means, like if you transfer this NFT to some other wallet address, that means that you have transferred the ownership of the agent to that address. So this becomes like a core features. For example, in a previous hackathon in the zero coding event, so which we held like the day before, so there was a team that built like, we have the team member here as well. So he built like an X402 payment standard between these agents, and that standard, like the payment takes place between those agentic IDs. So you can just think of it like an ENS or like an identity to that agent. So you could try building on that as well. And one other thing that we would like you to build is using like the X402 standard. This is a quick brief on our mainnet stats. We have like 300 plus ecosystem partners. Proud to say that we are one of the largest on-chain AI ecosystem. And also we have like 400 plus integrations across the stack. And we are like well funded. We have around like $325 million funding. So what it can relate to you is that we have a sub-grant amount of like $88.8 million. And in that we have an ecosystem support program which accounts to around $8.8 million. It is called as guild.zerogfoundation.ai. It's guild on ZeroG program. What you can do is, if you have any idea and you want to build on top of ZeroG and you need consistent support, whether it may be technical, monetary support, or whether it may be with any of our ecosystem project connections that you require, we provide that in this program. So I'll share the link post this session, and please do apply if you are like, maybe if you build with ZeroG here and you want to scale it from here, that might be a good place for you to get like a proper support channel. This is alignment notes. I'll just give you a brief. We just did a note sale earlier in 2025 December. So with which we have given like alignment nodes to our community members. So they will have control or like they have the voting rights to what happens on ZeroG chain in the future days. Like that's like a very quick brief, but that comes into a lot more in-depth details where when it's like completely on chain and you have like a whole supply chain running on chain. So this gives like a proper monitoring for like the community members to like reject if there is any malicious activity on chain. So yeah, these are like the problems that with AI today, which I mentioned earlier, that is like the lack of trust. Vendor lock-in, like you'll be logged into vendor, for example, like AWS S3, for example. You're just really locked into that vendor. And there is no ownership. There's like a centralized control. There's just like a quick brief. Yeah. I'll just give you a quick rundown on what we have at the ETH Global. So that's like a quick rundown of what ZeroG is. We just have a quick time crunch, so I'm just trying to wrap it up as fast as I can. So we have like a $15,000 in total for the bounty, and we have $6,000 for the best OpenClaw agent that can be built on top of ZeroG, 6,000 for a DeFi app, and 3,000 is like a wildcard track. So you can build anything on top of ZeroG which is not related to the first two tracks. On the ETH Global side, you can find in detail for like also the examples that we would like to see you build during this hackathon. That is for the OpenClaw. I'll just give a quick brief, and this is for like the DeFi app on ZeroG. And this is for the wildcard track. We have a $3,000 allocated for this as well. If you have any other idea other than the first two tracks, you could apply for this track. Yes. So the first QR code helps you to get like if you are a really good if you are into vibe coding. Hopefully, most of you might be into it right by now. So that has like our complete documentation, all the resources that we have. We have made it to vibe. We have made it vibe coding friendly. So we have like compute. We have skills for like all this complete stack. We have cloud skills. We have like we have cloud skills. We have like starter kits for all our toolings. Our complete docs has like an AI context page, which you can feed to your LLMs, and it will be able to get like the complete context of like the ZeroG's stack, and you will be able to build just by vibe coding. And the next one is like the Builder Hub. It's build.zerog.ai. It has all the resources in one place. You can get all the zero coding link in it as well. So one important thing that I would like you to do is join this TG group if you are planning to build on ZeroG during this ETH Global. So, and we also have a channel for Faucet requests. So if you need any Faucet token, just drop your address in that, and we will be able to help you with it. And also, if you have any questions or you want to meet other people who are building on top of ZeroG as well, that is a good channel for you to be in. So please do join the Telegram group, and we would be able to help you with that. And that's mostly it. If you have any questions, so feel free to like, we have like a minute or so. So yeah, please.
Does that like still qualify for the second bounty, for example? Like if we are using the chain, but then the final result will be on EVM when there's like more lending protocols and swaps and so on?
Yes, I understand. So we need to use multiple bounties as well. So yes, ZeroG stack is completely modular, and you can utilize like we don't have like a hard requirement that you need to use everything on top of ZeroG. The more you use, the better it is based on your use case. But for your use case, if you think that just the inferencing should be fine, and you can best leverage like maybe the thing that you mentioned with other lending protocols and other chains, then feel free to do that. So we don't have like you need to completely use ZeroG stack. It's modular, and you can use the aspects based on your requirements.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
In your slides, you mentioned RAG. How does that work? Where is the vectorized database?
So currently we don't support RAG. We are it's like completely internal right now, but we will be soon launching RAG on chain as well.
Cool. So we could do a different vectorized database and then use your inference system.
Correct. Currently, we only have like the model inferencing, and also if you want to host your own model, you need a H100 or H200 GPUs. But other than that, with the existing models, the fine tuning part is live right now.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. If you have any questions, please do drop by at our booth. Thank you.